Hello guys, and welcome to episode 7 of my Karelia campaign in Steel Division 2, playing on the Soviet side. Previously we made a few more attacks, and now we just need to finish off our movement for this turn, so we can move on to the next turn, which has been a long time coming. Right, let's just move up some of this artillery. I think we can finally afford to do so. We'll get the AA up there as well. Squeeze this artillery forwards. I'll leave those where they are. That's absolutely fine. I could actually set up this AA for the time being. We'll move this one all the way up to there. We can set that up as well in the next turn. Gonna leave maybe this one where it is, the 2nd Guards Mortar Brigade, but we'll move up the 8th Cannon Artillery Brigade. We'll leave that 19th Guards Mortar Brigade where it is. Yeah, any others I can move up. I could probably put up the AA here as well. There we go, lovely. These may as well just try and squeeze in a little bit. They're ready to push through and take more ground. But that is it. Let's move on to the next turn. I did actually mean to bring in some reinforcements, but it doesn't particularly matter. It's not like we have a shortage of units on the front line at the moment, let's be honest. We are taking a little bit of fire there on the front from the artillery. I'm going to turn off the strength bars so we can see what's going on a bit better. If you press Alt, by the way, when you are in the campaign, you can turn on and off the strength bars of all your units. It can make it a lot easier on the eyes. I'll probably keep them off for the time being, actually. Just because generally I look at the power based on the actual units in the enemy forces, whereas the strength bars are great when you want to maybe play quicker and go for like auto resolves and stuff, which generally I wouldn't recommend, but you certainly can do it. It's just you're going to take a million more losses in the process. AI has a lot of movement to make, that's for sure. There are just so many units everywhere. They are bombarding a few units down here. They might actually get attacked here. That would be bad because they would be pretty isolated. Really just pulling all of the units up from the south here, leaving one unit on its own. And we moved into our turn without being attacked once. That is quite something. Okay, well, if we can attack these guys, that would be fantastic. I'm going to bring in the 160th Rifle Regiment and the 2nd Mobile Group here. And we'll bring in the 185th to back us up. This tactical battle. Oh, never mind. Yeah, the AA couldn't actually reinforce, so we just wiped them out. That's absolutely fine. Cool, we'll just kind of leave these where they are. I'll move that up slightly, move this one up slightly, so they still have 2 action points. And that's going to fully secure that objective. Great. I'll leave the AA where they are for now. Let's see about finding other attacks across the front line here. Maybe a breakthrough. For example, here we could probably just push on through. I'm probably just going to attack with the 483rd Rifle Regiment. Those can only reinforce in Phase B. I should just be able to destroy them. Yep, there we go. I clicked Tactical Battle just in case there was something that could reinforce in Phase A. But with that done, it allows us to now spread out a little bit. And yeah, that's going to allow us to finally have a big breakthrough here. If we can get onto this road, maybe take out the 8th Border Guard, then that will open up the road all the way up to this objective. And from there, I might be able to just zoom down to the edge of the map and cut off all of these guys on the bottom side. Got the 6th Rifle Corps that can just keep up behind here. And now we'll just spread out all of these units through the gap. Might even bring over the 1265th Rifle Regiment to push through here. Artillery, may as well move that up as well. And the AA is still covering us, so we won't move that for the time being. We will move this one, however. Great. Okay, we can make attacks onto this front line. The 3rd Battalion of the Light Artillery Regiment is on their own. They will actually be reinforced by the 1st Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 53 though. Saying that, these guys are pretty damaged. Look, they barely have any of their companies left. That's ridiculous. Okay. Let's make this attack then. I'm going to probably bring in the 23rd Army headquarters behind. Maybe I should use the 13th Rifle Division in front as well. It will be a little bit of a battle, especially if we let it get to Phase B. They're going to be bringing in some more reinforcements. We'll bring in the 450th just in case, and that will give me some more points to work with in Phase A. Alright, let's tactical battle, and we'll jump on in. So they weren't actually reinforced. That means we're going to be able to push through here quite nicely. Right, we will manual deploy, of course. And it's just going to be a matter of pretty much rushing down their artillery units. So we'll just grab all of the Strelki across the front. And we'll just have them with unloaded position orders for now. This unit has already used some of its Strelki before. It's okay. So technically, this might have been a battle that we could have auto-resolved. I'm actually going to move some of these over to the right. We'll just tell them to go up here. But you never quite know if they're going to reinforce properly or not. And then the auto-resolve can screw you over if you get unlucky. Because there is a sort of factor of RNG, I think, with the auto-resolve. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really messed around with auto-resolve all that much. I have done when we've been like testing the campaigns and stuff, but not otherwise. Right, let's just unload. Get all of that stuff. Elsewhere, we're making quite a bit of ground actually, especially on the left. I guess the sooner we win the better. I should be able to kill these motorcycles pretty quick. Just trying to keep an eye on these trains of infantry. Okay, let's give the attack move order further up. Lovely. We bumped into one of their leader units there, so we'll just kind of unload where we are. We can mow down that infantry unit. At recon, and we'll go and kill their leader. Okay, great. I'm going to have a few of these spread out. And I guess I can have a couple of these Strelki just start engaging their leader here. Do that. Once we kill off this leader, we'll make a lot of ground. I'm just going to speed things up, actually. Yeah, they're gone. We are outnumbering these quite significantly, and we are engaging at 500-meter range, so should be able to kill them if the MGs do the job. Either way, 22 or 21 to 3 now. Oh, we just zoomed up to that artillery piece. That's quite something. Oh, we did lose a unit of Strelki. What was that? Oh, artillery. Okay, fair enough. Is that a direct fire? No, it couldn't have been. I'll have these start running across because the artillery fire is coming in. But we will win in a minute, so no problem whatsoever. A rather simple battle to start today. Those two units of infantry probably want to do a runner away from that artillery, otherwise we're going to lose them. That artillery really hurts. I think it's the 155mm. But with the total victory, I think we destroy them potentially. We'll see. Yep. pushed straight through there. Any units that were digging in are no longer digging in. We can now use these 3 units to potentially make punch through one of these units. I might purposefully target the 1st Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 11, although it might be better to actually attack the 2nd Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 5, so that we kind of get some units in a position to just drive on towards this objective. It could be an idea. Also, let's see if they've left these undefended. No, they haven't. Okay, so the Jaeger Battalion could definitely reinforce the disorganized AA there. I mean, we could use that as an opportunity to dislodge the Jaeger Battalion, although they can reinforce in phase A, so maybe they'll have some fortifications, potentially. It's actually going to be interesting across the front here. We can zoom all the way up this road, but I don't really want to run away with the 115th Rifle Corps. Probably best just pushing into the light battalion here, the light AA. I think we're actually going to do that. I'll bring in these two, the 94th Rifle Regiment and the 115th Rifle Corps. What AA do they have? They do have some of these 20 mils. Those could really actually suck pretty bad. We've had trouble against them in the past. Yeah, I think I'll be fine with 2 in phase A. We'll bring 1 in phase B just in case. A tactical battle, jump on in. Okay, they didn't even reinforce this either. It seems like sometimes they reinforce and sometimes they don't, because we have had battles in the previous episodes where they have fully reinforced a frontline engagement. But ultimately, if this does keep happening, what I'll likely do, guys, is kind of rush through the campaign so that we can move on to the Axis side engagements on Vistula and Karelia. And I think with the latest patch, they probably fixed a lot of the issues. Either way, with the open ground engagement here, I should probably use the Motorazvedka with the, what are these? The M2A1? The M2A1? M3A1, Razvedka. Yeah, we'll use these. That way I can kind of like drop off the infantry, and we can basically use the vehicles to scout for us. But I'm likely going to want to keep, a couple of these together in most places. Maybe not on the left here. I'm likely to use actually some infantry, like some Strelki squads, to push forwards and find the AA. Let's just spread these out a bit better. There we go. And we'll have a few units of infantry on the right as well. Okay, let's launch the battle. I should also probably bring in some mortars at some point. Having some mortars would be great. That way I can kind of deal with like the AA when we find it without having to sacrifice any units. Those Vekotins, they can really do a lot of damage to anything, really. They do have AP, so technically they could rip open a T-34-85 if they fired at it enough. Alright, we did already take out that truck. That's good. I'm going to have the Strelki just kind of unload early. We'll have them just attack, move ahead of the T-34s. I'm going to leave this one up on the hill here. This one can just kind of run across the open like so. I will unload these two, because I'm a little bit concerned about, other units being around. We'll have this M3A1 move up. Okay, so this was kind of what I was worried about. Let's see if we can get the Strelki MGs on target as well. We need to get the M3A1 on target. We'll just let that T-34-85 kind of tank that from the front. That's fine. Alright, those Strelki got wrecked. Okay, let's just fall back with the T-34. This is where the mortars will come in handy. We'll grab a couple mortars and we'll just mortar that area where they're hidden in the trees. We did take care of the 20 mil there, so that's fine. Cool. I think we lost 2 units of infantry on that left side there. Bring some Strelki DP to push on through after we mortar that. Oh no, that's dead. Yep, that's very dead. But since we know where that is now, we can kind of just wait until we have mortars. I'm just going to mark it with a flare. Because it'll probably go hidden again. Another good tip actually, even in single player, flares can be useful for artillery targeting and so on. Right, these two can just keep mortaring that objective, go backwards and forwards there. Allow these Strelki DP to zoom up and unload. Like that. Resvidika's gone down as well. I assume there was another one on the right that we missed. We have made a breakthrough in the center, that's good. Technically I could probably take on that AA with the T-34 here. But these guys need to fall back. Or let's unload these. Get that attack going there. Okay, great. We do have the mortar fire coming down on that regardless, so that will also help out the T-34. I'm going to put these on return fire so they don't engage with the SVT when they spot that unit. Great. Then we can bring down the mortar fire on top of that. Right, I'm going to want to stop this fire. And we're going to want to push up hard now with all of the Strelki at the same time. We did kill that 40, but I feel like the Vekatin's still alive. Yep. Well, there's actually just another AA there. Okay, well that's fine. We should be able to kill that quite quickly. Yeah, it's gone. Oh, we also killed the one in the town nice and quick. Great. Right, let's now push forwards since that's pinned down. Cool. And I think we have enough to kind of almost overwhelm them here, as long as I don't let them get picked off one by one. Yeah, we did lose one, unfortunately. Tell you what, AA is like some of the hardest stuff to kill. Especially these like 20 mils and stuff. It's like when you go up against Flagvillings, it's just a nightmare sometimes. Right, well, with the artillery coming in, we can start to move up the T-34-85 aggressively. We have pinned that down, that's good. It is going to fall back, so we'll just put the attack order kind of behind it where it's going to run to. There is another unit on the left here that we're going to have to get rid of. Let's just make sure we get into cover with all of these Strelki. I feel like this unit might get wrecked. They're going to die. If they can get into the building, they might not. Okay, phew. Okay, we got a shot onto that. That's perfect. That's going to keep it pinned down. And now we can move up with the Motorvedka. The mortars should do the job anyway. Let's move up like so, and we'll have, of course, our T-34s push up. Fantastic. There's probably an AA piece here somewhere that we need to find. Right, with that pinned down, it'll probably start falling back. I'm going to bring my T-34 over there as well. I'm going to keep pushing this across so we can maybe discover the 40 mil there. Good. And that one's almost dead. Yeah, that's now falling back. Hopefully we're pinning it soon, unless that's another one. Maybe we just missed it completely with the mortar. I'm just going to reset its aim every time, because our DPs fire faster, so hopefully that will help us just pin it down. Although they are reloading currently. Okay, great. Job done. Yeah, I'm going to have the Stroki come down this way as well. This one may as well continue upward, so we can finish this sooner than later. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Oh, there is a unit in the open down there. Okay, let's have the two healthy squads go that way. We have pushed to a major victory so far. I would like a total victory though, potentially, because that might allow us to just destroy the unit. A little bit risky sending the T-34s up the hill on their own. But I think we'll be okay. Okay, so that's just going to be like a leader unit. If that's the case, we'll just bring in like a bunch of Staraki DP to kind of push across the bridge. I'm also going to send the T-34 forwards. It might discover the AA piece if it gets fired on. We'll give that a go. I have the Staraki here push up towards that flag anyway. Maybe we can cut them off. Oh, those poor 4 men. Right in the middle of 2 squads of Staraki and a T-34. Yeah, not the best place to be. Okay. In Phase B, they do get reinforcements, or do they? No, they didn't bring in any reinforcements, did they? Never mind. So we can just kind of speed things up, not have to worry about those coming in. I would like to get the total victory. It looks like we've more or less found it. Staraki will lose to that squad, so gonna have to be careful. Let's just do a runner straight away. And I'm going to bring back this squad to capture that point. All these Strauki, we'll have them just unloading all the buildings down here. There's only 12 seconds left though. Okay, great. That's it, total victory. 20 kills, 5 losses. So that now opens up the road as well for the rest of the units to push through. Like, I could send this unit like so far up here. It might not even be a bad idea to do that, but then again, being in this position is probably pretty important. I might just dig in here because they are pushing up quite aggressively towards the 461st Rifle Regiment. If I bombard these guys, that might stop them attacking us as well, although I don't think they're quite in range. Alright, well, I'm going to move forwards this artillery piece, I think. And this one can stay where it is. Alright, on the bottom side, I think it's just time to break through here. We can easily break down the 2nd Battalion of the 19th Brigade. We can use one of the fortified region units, just throw in a load of DP Grupper. Although, more than likely, I'll just use a Strauki to find the bunkers and then go from there. There's a lot of Kivari, though. Damn. Yeah, that could actually be pretty ugly. What's their artillery like? They only have a few mortar teams. They do get some of these 76 mils, though. We, of course, have plenty of 120 mils and 76s. I guess if I set up like a mortar all across the front, like just a bunch of mortars straight from the start, get the recon down, then that would be the best way to push through this. Not sure it's worth bringing in the anti-tank regiment, so I think I'll just bring in these guys instead. The 10th Rifle Division HQ. Tactical battle. And we'll jump on in. Okay, I was a little bit worried actually then that they might bring in some aircraft, but they haven't so far, so that's good. Like, having a load of Blenheims bombing us in this battle would certainly slow us down massively. This is manual deploy. This is a little bit of a difficult map to attack, just because of the river. Like, it does make it very awkward. The bunkers could do a lot of damage here. Even more reason, really, to get down the artillery early. We actually get a whole artillery group. That's nice. Loads of F-22s. We will rely on the 120mm mortars from the start. I'm just going to spread these out. And we'll have a supply truck by each one from the start. And we can kind of like add to each group as we go. Well, actually, what could be a good idea is kind of like picking them up and then moving them forwards, then adding more mortars from after the start. One mortar on their own generally isn't going to do that much damage. Probably not even pin stuff, but we'll see how we get on. We're just going to have a bunch of Strelki kind of move forwards here. I can definitely get to the edge of this hill so we can secure that objective. I'm not sure how far down here we're going to be able to get. I might just have a few Strelki kind of run out from the start. Same deal here. We should probably just do Strelki on foot and run towards these objectives. I can have a Strelki kind of run towards that one as well. Get a couple more Strelki here to run across. And we just want to kind of discover where their units are, especially the bunkers, so the mortars can get kills. Because I'm going to have all of the mortars on fire at will. I'm going to bring up a sniper as well, just to provide us with a little bit of recon on that right hand side, because that's quite a nice hill to reveal that location. I guess I could do it here as well once we control this hill on the left. Let's launch the battle, see how we get on. I'll select all of my 120s and we'll put them on to fire at will. Speed things up. This will be like more of a slow, sequential kind of battle. I probably should have brought some AT guns at the start, actually, just in case of like an enemy transport pushed towards us, but it doesn't look like they have. Completely forgot about that. The AI has been loving to do that quite frequently. Well, a lot of mortar fire coming down on those. That's helpful. I might bring in some like Kanaya Rezvedka up here and they can push to the edge. The other thing we could probably use here is a couple of OBs on the ridge. They'll be really good for covering the town, actually. I guess we could also do the same where we're going to put the Kanaya. I could also do the same on the right. So yeah, let's grab all of those. Do I have any more actually? No, we don't. We could do like F-22s actually. Let's bring in F-22s to do that from the ridge. We have spotted a bunker there. Right, we're going to just make sure that drives through and then unloads. This one can zoom to here and go through as well. I probably should have used one of these OBs to do that, but never mind. I just unload them both here. Cool. And we are making ground. We have 5 objectives, which is good because that slows down the tick quite significantly. It gives us 25 minutes to work with. I think I'm just going to use like these F-22s as like infantry guns for the front line. Might cause them to come under quite a lot of fire from like counter battery, but I guess I can't really avoid that. They'll probably counter battery my units regardless. Oh, wow. Okay, that OB's taking a little bit of a risk going around there. I might just unload it just in case it runs into an AT bunker. Right, let's get these into cover. No point in continuing that engagement as it is. I could, in fact, bring up a couple mortars to help us there. Well, the other thing is these mortars might be quite nice to use. Now they have 800 meter range. We might be able to just kill off those Maxim teams quite quickly, because the Maxims, they do actually lack some damage. By the way, let's get this guy unloaded and we'll push them up like so. I need to get my F-22s forwards. I could also put a bunch of Maxims up here. So we want to be within like 800 meters, and then we can just unload. Oh, okay. Was that the... I guess it was like a bunker of some sort that took that out, unless it was in fact the Maxim there. I think it might have just been this 45mm. Oh, is that a mortar shell from the 120? Just like landed smack bang on top. Oh, the other thing that those little mortars would be good for is probably pinning down these bunkers, actually, if they can get close enough. Yeah, not a bad idea. Alright, let's move these over to help with that MG there. Let's just get this guy into cover, get that one into cover, push down with these Strelki. Cool. Now the Kanaya, they're actually reasonably good at the mid-range engagement because of the amount of rifles they have. Gonna unload these and we'll just send them forwards with the Strelki there. That's the other nice thing about these mortars now, is that they are outrange MGs from infantry squads, so the Kivari here are going to take a lot of damage and not be able to fire back. Well, assuming that it actually hits the target. I think I might have overestimated how much damage they will do. Okay, hopefully we're killing that off soon. Once the mortars get on target, that'd be great. I should probably bring some Maxims into this town as well. Let's do that. Let me get a couple more of these small mortars. The Strelki here. I have taken 7 points so far. This F-22 will be able to engage the Maxim there. Has already taken a little bit of damage though. Taking quite a lot of damage actually from the Maxim. Ouch. Oh, that's a goner. Alright, well, if the mortar fire is coming in there, we can certainly move forwards on that. I'm going to move this F-22 down on the left-hand side there. Okay, looks like That was sniped by the 45 again. I'm not really too concerned about losing 50mm mortars, not gonna lie. Let's start moving forwards with these 50mm and these Maxims. I'm gonna start running forwards with these Thralki squads. Okay, that's great. Yeah, it looks like they actually pinned down those bunkers quite quickly. Once we start firing at this Maxim, we can just run on it with this Thralki there, like we're gonna do with this 45. Fantastic. I've got to remember that they're actually decent. Oh, the ambush! Kivari out of nowhere. Damn. That was brutal. Let's bring in some of these DP group from the fortified region unit. Right, we got the shot onto the Maxim there. Hopefully we can kill that before it kills our F-22. Okay, yeah, the sniper got it. Good stuff. Right, select all of these. And what we're going to do is basically unload them all the way across, like so, into each building. Give them an attack move order, just straight up to the edge of the river. Cool. Also, now this mortar's getting involved as well. Who'd have thought? Using all of the units together works really well. I feel like this Maxim actually killed one of my 50mm. I guess there's one problem with this. It's that the Maxims can definitely kill those units quite quickly. Because there's only 2 men in the squad. I'm gonna have the Staroki push ahead of the Maxims. Okay, great. Let's pin that down. These guys can fall back. Move this mortar up to the edge. I should be able to do quite a lot of damage to these. I'm surprised. Well, I don't know. They are 2-star veterancy. They do have the damage reduction. Let's add a few more mortars in here. Or like F-22s, I guess, is fine. The F-22s actually have like no minimum or maximum range, so we can just kind of have them everywhere. Not really matter, not really care. So let's just add a few more supply trucks. Cool. And then we want to select all of those once they come in and tell them to unload and put them on fire at will. And that will help us pin down more units as we go. Right, now we just need to get some more infantry in, so I think it's time for just the big old Thralki pushes come through. We still, of course, have our mortars to support. These ones have actually almost used up all their ammunition. Gonna move up the sniper now as well. I guess I could use a couple snipers in the center. And probably a bunch of Strelki actually, just to push up, of course. Let's just zoom out, select all of these, put them on firewall. Cool. Can we just walk across the river? We can. Yeah, we can ford the river. Great. That will reveal a few units as we go. I can move forwards the OBs now probably as well. It may be worth having a few Strelki come and clean out whatever's there. I want to just unload these fellas. And I can have these Strelki move forwards as well. Cool. Alright, I'm just going to unload all of these early. We'll just give them attack move order across the river. We do have those pinned down, but there could be like stuff further back that would be a problem. Yeah, so let's unload these. Cool. That'll do. You can see all of the artillery firing all this stuff in the middle. That's good. Get these OBs up the main roads. That F-22 also now firing at will. Right, we should be able to get rid of this 80 rifle bunker very shortly. And we'll try and force this a little bit more. Might just bring in another set of mortars. We'll have them quite far up because they have limited range. Okay, so we bumped into the cavalry there that are causing problems. I do have a bunch of like cheap infantry, don't I? Like the Chernos. Where are the Chernos? There they are. Chernos would be good in this position. Right, I'm going to move these Strelki DP to the edge to fire down onto these cavalry as well. And all of the 82 mils can unload. Put these on fire well. And I need to bring in a couple of supply trucks for them. Hopefully we just kill that before they unload. Ah, that's annoying. It slows us down quite a lot if we've got like an entire infantry squad to kill. Alright, let's just keep pushing up. These DP group actually need to be careful. We can push through with the Strelki DP there. On this right hand side, probably time to push up with the Strelki DP as well. Right, I am losing these to the AT bunker back there. Cool. There's only 2 minutes left actually. I think we're only going to get a minor victory here. Just the map makes this so much more difficult to push on. Also, I guess I have been relatively slow. Actually counter-battering us as well now. Well, how close are we to flags? All of the flags are really quite far back, aren't they? Yeah, we're not really close to many at all. But we will have done a lot of damage. That's something at least. I guess potentially we could just run at them. See if we can grab a couple more flags at least. Right here, for example, I could just have the Strelki run across. These Strelki are already engaging most of the units there. But it just doesn't seem like enough time, to be honest. Yeah, maybe I just played it a bit too slow. Maybe could have sacrificed a few more units to make the ground quicker. But we did lose a reasonable amount, I think. We're going to capture probably that flag relatively soon. We're going to take the flag there as well. Might be able to get the two on the right. Yeah. Maybe we could clutch a major. We might be able to clutch a major. It depends if there's anything on this flag. Let's just get all of my F-22s. Target this area. Who knows? We might be able to do it. No, it's 8 seconds left. That's a shame. Yeah, pushing a little bit faster, a little bit harder. Definitely would have been a good idea. Okay. Alright, so 26 losses is not too bad. We did lose actually an F-22 in that. Most of the artillery is still alive. Yeah, okay. I'm not too displeased with that battle just because of the map making it difficult in the first place. I mean, we'll still push them back, breaking their defences. They just won't be disorganized, so it doesn't make it as easy to exploit our victory there. We can move up the units behind. And, well, unfortunately, guys, it has been my time, so I'm going to leave it here. In the next episode, we'll continue to make more attacks across the front. Hopefully make some more gaps for us to exploit. But that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.